Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go live. Peace.
Well, I mean, no, it's funny because me and Matt, who's actually in on the message, I got the check-in, Matt. I mean, I'm sure we should at least give Eddie a little bit of time to know what the topic is about before we go straight to him. But we got a treat, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like Eddie Hearn is on the line. Must have been impressed with Wilder's performance or not very happy with Wilder's quote. So since we have Eddie, we're going to speed things up. I'm going to go ahead and share Wilder's audio and video of what exactly it was that he said at the post-fight press conference. So you can get a glimpse and some audio of it for yourself.
Well, just to Joshua, you know, y'all have seen many a times up on podiums. Y'all have seen me on social media. You know, it's only so much I can say. Yeah, I want to unify. Is he up for the challenge? Like I said, I declare war. You know, this is not a battle. This is war because I want all the belts. You know, and I'm not looking for when I beat him, I'm not looking for the second time around because it's going to be so bad and so brutal that the first time going to be enough. It's going to be like no mas.
Is there a danger you scared him off tonight, though?
I'm scaring heavyweights each and every time. Don't you see it? You know, I am the most feared. And if I'm not, then I want somebody to shut me up. I want somebody to prove that to me. I want to be proven wrong. But for right now, I don't feel like nobody's gonna prove me wrong. Who has the guts? He can run for so long, for so far. You know, and I hate this. I hate this. You know, say this, but it seemed like this is turned into a Riddick Bowe and a Lennox Lewis effect. And if so, then you need to go on and throw those belts in the trash can because I am coming.
All right. So which one of my co-hosts wants to, I guess, educate the younger listeners and the younger audience that may not know what Deontay Wilder means by this situation seems to be becoming the Lennox Lewis and Riddick Bowe effect? Matt, you said you read articles from 92 to 95. I mean, I was a teenager in 97. So this was a long time ago. You know, I don't think I probably didn't watch this one live, but I do remember everything, especially the infamous WBC belt in the trash, which is funny because the WBC champion this time around is Deontay Wilder, even though he's saying that in his scenario, Riddick Bowe is Joshua. But which one of you kind gentlemen want to, you know, do the, I guess, take us down memory lane?
I'll break it down very fast since we have Eddie Hearn on the line. Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis were sort of had on Andre Ward, Surrey Kovalev light contract, mini tournament for men. Riddick Bowe fought Evander Holyfield, and Lennox Lewis fought Razor Ruddock. They both won. Obviously, neither of them ended up fighting each other. 2 fights down the line, Riddick Bowe ended up throwing his belt in the trash can, relinquishing it a la Canelo style against Triple G. Lennox Lewis got the vacated belt, then lost his next fight against Oliver McCall. Riddick Bowe ended up losing his next fight as well against Evander Holyfield, and it eventually just never happened. And a few years later, Riddick Bowe eventually retired due to basically Andrew Galata. So that is the concern from Deontay Wilder, that Anthony Joshua may end up throwing his belts in the trash, whatever it may be, the metaphorical throwing the belts in the trash, and not fight him, and the fight never happened.
Well, for one, I'm going to say, based on all the Eddie Hearn quotes and Anthony Joshua quotes, Joshua doesn't want to let go of the belts. That's why he's talking about mandatories first. So I don't think that Deontay meant it from that standpoint, Matt. I think he meant it more from the fact that a fight that the world wanted, 2 medalists in the Olympics who were destined to meet, did not meet. I think that's more what he means. Like,
and they ultimately didn't. Sorry, they ultimately didn't meet because of money. They did not agree on the split. The HBO was trying to offer a guaranteed pot of $32 million, and Riddick Bowe, being the champion at the time, was definitely trying to negotiate in strong arm. He was trying to offer 90-10 splits, basically.
You know what's funny? I mean, it's like 2017, and their A sides are still offering 90-10 splits. Remember the initial negotiation rumors with Triple G and Canelo, and everybody wanted Triple G to take that 10%. Well, let's go to Eddie and see what his thoughts were to hear. I mean, basically, his man be called this generation's Riddick Bowe when he's the one with all the titles. Eddie, what's going on, brother? Thank you for calling in again. That's amazing and definitely kind of you.
Never heard so much rubbish in my life. Lennox Lewis and Riddick Bowe. I mean, what planet is this young man living on? I mean, firstly, he's doing a great job because he's basing and building his whole profile around Anthony Joshua. Right? How can you talk about a fight? I mean, you're talking about history. By the way, both Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, whilst I appreciate the episode they're talking about is at the earlier stages in their career, these guys have both got a lot of work to do to be talked about in the same breath as those heavyweights. Firstly, number one. Number two, you're talking about a fight that was actually ordered by a governing body. Number three is, if these people want this fight so bad, why have I not had any communication or any approaches from one member of the humongous team where everybody seems to be involved and taking a piece of the Deontay Wilder pie? There's only one person who anyone needs to talk to regarding Anthony Joshua fighting. That's me. Who do I talk to? Lou DiBella? I don't think so. Jay Diaz? Possibly. Shelly Finkel? Maybe. Al Heyman? Maybe. I am the only one that is proactively reaching out to these people to talk about starting conversations, talking about the Dillian White fight. This is all complete rubbish. A complete facade to try and get some publicity. And let me tell you, don't call the bluff of Anthony Joshua. He has zero fear of fighting Deontay Wilder. The most feared heavyweight on the planet here. I've never had anything like it. Did you see Bermane Stiverne? He didn't throw a punch. Not land a punch. Throw a punch. This is a guy who got into the mandatory position for the world heavyweight title. What's he boxed once in 3 years? Did you see him on the scales? This man cannot talk about being a real heavyweight. He's never had one proper heavyweight fight. He has had, 39 fights? Anthony Joshua in his 19th fight was unifying the division against Vladimir Klitschko. In Deontay Wilder's 19th fight, he was having an 8-rounder on an undercard in Cancun. This fight will happen. I have no idea what split they want. I'll tell you what, when you're selling 5,000 tickets in New York and we're selling 78,000 in Cardiff, you better get realistic. But one thing is for sure, we want this fight, and we want this fight ASAP.
Eddie, you said that you are the one that's always reaching out to Deontay Wilder's team, that they're not reaching out to you and they're not being proactive at all. Is that true? Have they not reached out in any way to you?
Not once. Not once. Not once. I've made all the calls to Lewis, to Al Heyman's side, talking about White, talking about, I've phoned Shelly Finkel. He called me back once. I saw Shelly Finkel's quotes. God, man, these people just talk bullshit. I mean, Shelly Finkel, I don't know who you might be able to tell me. Who is in charge?
I don't know. I maybe you would know more than me.
Lou DiBella. But Lou DiBella, I know. Lou DiBella promotes boxing events that Deontay Wilder has to think that actually happens to box on. So he's not really his promoter.
Shots fired.
He certainly doesn't have any. No. Not shots fired. I have had good conversations with Lou, actually today, but that's not mean disrespectfully. That's the truth. I don't believe Lou DiBella has a contract with Deontay Wilder. I do believe he promotes the shows that Deontay Wilder boxes on. That's for sure. But I don't believe Lou DiBella is involved in the communication with Deontay Wilder in terms of his fights. Okay? So he has an advisor, a manager, another manager. But all I'm saying to you is, if I wanted a fight, you know I would be hounding every day. Not talking, not tweeting, hounding to make a fight. Not one phone call, not even a reach out.
So Eddie,
when I've made the contact regarding White, it's never even a, I mean, Shelley Finkel mentioned it to me. If we fought White, the Joshua fight would have to be wrapped in a deal. We've had this conversation. I went through it with you guys the other day. It doesn't work like that. It's two separate fights. You don't have to take the White fight to get the Joshua fight. And these people, they don't listen. I've never, ever said, go through Dillian White first, then you'll get Joshua. You must fight Dillian White to get Joshua. Never said that. I'm just trying to give you a real fight. I'm trying to build the Joshua fight. I'm trying to give you some increased profile and value in the Joshua fight. It's not meant to be disrespectful. You haven't had a proper heavyweight defense. I'm the most feared heavyweight in the world. I'm the biggest puncher in heavyweight boxing. Ask Eric Molina. There's a common opponent. Deontay Wilder took 9 rounds, got rocked all over the ring by Eric Molina. AJ absolutely demolished him in 3 rounds, didn't even get hit once. He ain't feared, and he ain't feared by Anthony Joshua. That's for sure.
Then why is it so difficult to have an Andre Ward, Sergey Kovalev like contract? I mean, if the fans want Deontay Wilder versus Dillian White, and they also want the guarantee of Anthony Joshua, and you yourself say you want Dillian White versus Deontay Wilder first, why is that so difficult to have that compromise?
Because I don't really like doing a fight with one of my fighters on the basis of Wilder fighting the winner after of Joshua. I just think it's sloppy. I don't need to do that. It's 2 separate fights. They're not a carrot for each other. But listen, I don't mind having a conversation about it. But these people aren't proactive in trying to make the fight. You can't sit there and say, I just heard hearing Wilder then. Oh my God, I mean, I can't believe this running. What running? How long has this running been taking place? I don't understand. Am I missing something here? Has this fight been talked about? Has he been chasing this fight? Has his team been reaching out for years and years about this fight? It's absolute rubbish.
So Eddie, in your opinion, then Wilder's just using this as a form of bringing more attention to him by mentioning Anthony Joshua?
Listen, partly, he's a fighter. He wants to fight, of course. But also, everybody knows who has a brain, this fight is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. The only reason this fight is being talked about now is because we live in a world where fans have a voice. Okay? And they don't want to wait. And that makes fights happen a lot quicker. The correct thing to do is probably have this fight in 12 months. It's actually probably 12 to 18 months. It's going to happen a lot quicker than that. Because fans have a voice. Fans have to be respected. Fans have to get what they want. And Anthony Joshua wants to give the fans what they want. That's the difference.
Eddie,
I don't believe that what Wilder's doing. If I was Deontay Wilder and his team, I'll be doing exactly the same thing. I don't blame them. I'm not disrespecting.
But you are doing it, aren't you?
What they're doing is clever.
You're doing it with Dillian White, aren't you?
Yeah, of course.
But you said 12 to 18 months, so
We
obviously
want that fight.
12 to 18 months would be the
No,
proper.
that's the right thing.
Yeah,
That's
no,
the right
and I
thing.
agree with you. I agree with you. You know
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
I've already told Wilder he should take the Dillian White fight. So I agree with you. What I'm asking now, in 12 to 18 months to build this up,
Listen,
what fights do you give Wilder though?
What?
Because in 12 to 18 months, which
Wilder's
fights are going to build him up?
Wilder's fight's already done. He knows who he's fighting next.
Ortiz.
Dominic Brazil.
What about the WBC's? What about the WBC's recent decision to take away the suspension from Luis Ortiz and that potentially lining up a February or March fight with Deontay Wilder? There have been rumors of that.
Possibly. But I believe that he's already been told he's fighting Ortiz or Brazil next. That's how serious he is about entering negotiations to fight Anthony Joshua. And by the way, his team know that the Joshua Wilder fight really shouldn't happen next. They know that. I mean, again, although he isn't part of the decision-making process per se, and I don't mean, again, you know, like I said, I'm not disrespecting him. I spoke to WILDER today. He knows. He pretty much said to me that we got, you know, Eddie, we got to build this fight. And to do the fight in February or March would probably be a waste, to be honest with you. But you can't sit there and say, I'm ready, I'm waiting. Where really they know what they're doing next. You know?
Eddie, so in 18 months,
about the time frame for this fight.
18 months sounds like 3 fights.
12 months is too long.
18 months sounds like 3 fights. The third one being Joshua. So we need a second opponent.
You're not listening. I said in an ideal, in a sensible world, it would be 12 to 18 months. For me, this fight happens in the summer.
Woo! You think the fans are going to pressure you into making it sooner?
No, I think we want the fight. I think Anthony Joshua wants the fight. You can't understand. This is what I'm talking about. How can you question Anthony Joshua's desire to move at pace? When in his 16th fight, having really fought no one other than Dillian White for the British title, he boxed Charles Martin, who everybody easy to say now, but at the time, 33-0, southpaw puncher, fought him for the world heavyweight title, dispatched him in 2 rounds. Fought Dominic Brazil, a guy who has come back and proven again that he's a top 10 heavyweight in the world. Beat him in 6 rounds. Fought Eric Molina, complete mismatch, the same guy that Deontay Wilder struggled with, and then unified against Vladimir Klitschko, his 19th fight. Anthony Joshua's been a pro for like 3 years. How long has Deontay Wilder been a pro? He's had 39 fights.
Do you think that Deontay Wilder is the same fighter now as he was when he did fight Eric Molina and, Eric Molina was able to carry him to later rounds? But do you believe that he's still the same fighter?
Yeah. I think he's probably improved over time. I don't think he's this new model like this. No, I think he has the same frailties and I think he has the same weaknesses and the same strengths.
Eddie, you got to play a game with me here. You got to play a game. I need Wilder's next 3 fights.
15'9".
Eddie, play the game with me. I need Wilder's next 3. Joshua being the last one.
Well, I would say, but let's do Joshua in the summer.
But listen, you know that financially it's better to have that one last to build it up the best. So I need the other 2 in between that. So obviously you said Dominic Brazil or Luis Ortiz first. Who's the last guy that's going to build Wilder's profile?
So maybe Brazil and then Ortiz. But the problem is Deontay Wilder doesn't pull the numbers. So I'll give you an example, right? Deontay Wilder cannot fight Joseph Parker. He can't afford to give him the money because they can't generate the money. right? When we boxed Charles Martin, I paid Charles Martin nearly 3 times Deontay Wilder's highest price. Difference is Anthony Joshua is a superstar. He generates the money in fights. Deontay Wilder doesn't. He's a great fighter. He's very dangerous. He's very fast. I like him. He talks great. But when we get down to the nitty-gritty of the negotiation, that is where it's all going to unfold. And I have no idea if they're going to be realistic or not. We're not looking to disrespect. We're looking to provide the right numbers for the value in the fight of both men.
What would
but
you?
In terms of next fight, we can't get.
What would you consider the B side being realistic? What is realistic for a B side that is on the level of a Deontay Wilder with a WBC undefeated?
I'm not sure. I think it would be naive of me to mention that on the channel as much as you'd love to hear it, because that's again, we're not looking to disrespect. I mean, I had there was stuff in the media the other day from David Higgins of Parker's team saying, Eddie Hearn's offered us 20%. It's disrespectful. I've never ever made Joseph Parker an offer, and 20%, fairly accurate, but I've never made it. But I think that I'm not saying Deontay Wilder doesn't have value in the fight. Of course he does. He's a big name. He's a good fighter. He's a world champion. But you can't compare the two commercially. But that can't stop the fight from happening. No,
but there has been a shift, Eddie. You do notice that, right?
Hold on. Well, there's been a shift by him beating Bermane Stiverne.
Well, no, because of the headlines and however those were received about Joshua saying, 2019, 2020, then the constant call outs by Wilder. And now this, comparing them to Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis, every UK fight fan knows who those guys were.
Desperation. No, that's desperation. He's trying to come up with as much bullshit as he can to try and create headlines. He's doing a good job. Deontay Wilder knows what he's doing. He's not an idiot. He knows what he's doing. He's doing a good job. But all I'm saying is, we will have to pay Deontay Wilder significantly more than his value and his worth in the fight. Because if we gave a true reflection of his value and worth in the fight, there is no way they would accept it. That is what I'm saying. But we will not let necessarily just, what I'm saying by that is, we know we will have to give him more than his value in the fight. We know. Because otherwise the fight won't happen. We want to prove we're the best. That's why we're in the sport. The money that you got to understand, Anthony Joshua has made so much money, it's irrelevant now. It's not. He's almost at a legacy stage. Well, he's already had a legacy-defining fight, but he's almost at a legacy stage, having just 20 fights. I don't think he gets enough credit from the pace that he's moved at.
I think he gets the credit. That's why they want to see him versus the champions. They believe he's as great.
Amateur fight.
They believe he's that great. That's why they want to see those unifications.
He's great. He's great, but he's just a baby. He's just learning. That he's getting thrown in.
But Eddie, the statements like he's just a baby, he's learning, translate to fight fans like we don't want to take that fight right now. We need to make as much money as possible.
No. I told you. He won the fight. But he's a baby, and he wasn't. Say a baby's probably the wrong word, but he's learning. He's at the early stages of his career. There you go. That's probably a better way to put it. what do you think that? Like, why do you think we put him in with Klitschko? He had to come off the deck and show unbelievable heart because he's learning. You can't expect a young man with just 19 fights and how many other rounds he's done in his career, 50, 60, to go in against Klitschko and not come up against adversity in the fight. But he's learning in all the fights. He fights Carlos Takam. He fights a completely different style that he's not boxed before. Comes in at 12 days' notice. He wasn't perfect. He's learning. But he can still be learning against Deontay Wilder and beat him.
So then you got to make that fight.
He's with a sensible hat on. Of course. But with a sensible hat on, 12 or 18 months, Wilder couldn't lace Joshua's boots, in my opinion. Now, Joshua still wins by knockout, but it's a very dangerous fight.
Eddie, what about this narrative that Deontay Wilder's pitching to the media and the public that Anthony Joshua is a 4-round fighter, and he even said he called him Anthony Joshua, so he's saying that he's juicing. Joshua comes in 15 pounds heavier. Is Anthony Joshua doing VADA? What exactly is going on with the drug testing, and what are your thoughts on Wilder saying Anthony Joshua?
Because again, it's just a way for him to try and get some exposure. There is not a heavyweight in the planet, or probably a boxer, but let's say heavyweight, that gets tested as much as Anthony Joshua. He's on VADA testing, but even more so, which you guys don't know, so I'm going to educate you, and I'll educate Mr. Wilder as well. One thing we have in the UK, which the fact that this is not introduced in America is quite frankly disgusting. We have universal, nationwide testing for boxers. Random testing for every fighter with a British Boxing Board of Control license. Okay? In the last camp with, the Pulev and Takam camp, Anthony Joshua was tested 14 times over a 12-week period. 14 times. And on Fight Night, by VADA and by UCAD. Okay? The reason people say, Joshua's not on the WBC program, he's not a WBC ranked fighter. He's never been sent the forms for that. Now, thankfully, the WBA, we have to pay. Joshua pays about $30,000 per fight to VADA for testing over. But now the WBA, brilliantly so, have introduced another random testing program. So Joshua will now be on VADA testing through paying himself, a random testing policy through the WBA, and a random testing policy with UCAD and the British Boxing Board of Control. He has had 3 or 4 times the tests that Deontay Wilder has had for every single fight. So don't worry about that bit. The other question you asked me was...
Four-round fighter.
If Anthony Joshua is a 4-round fighter, do you think that after being knocked down in the 6th round, he would nearly take Vladimir Klitschko's neck off its hinges and knock him down twice in the 11th round and stop him in one of the greatest heavyweight fights of all time if he was a 4-round fighter?
Eddie, you mentioned
his last 2 stoppages have come in the 11th round and the 10th round.
Eddie, you mentioned that Joshua already had a legacy-defining fight, but you also mentioned that he is still young in his career. He's still in his early stages. But if he has already had the fight of his career with Vladimir Klitschko was the last great heavyweight we've had, shouldn't he already be ready for Deontay Wilder?
He's ready for Deontay Wilder. I told you already. There's different ways to be ready. Are you ready to beat Deontay Wilder? Are you the finished article? No way. No way. He's going to get better and better and better. To be honest with you, the coaches didn't really want the Charles Martin fight. Not just because it was Charles Martin, but because it was a fight for the World Heavyweight Championship. And his 16th fight. You know? Joshua wanted that fight. Joshua pushed for that fight. Joshua took the fight. He banged him out in 2 rounds, and everyone said, "Oh, Charles, this is rubbish." You know? Again, like, what? We know where Deontay Wilder was in his 16th fight, his 19th fight, and his 20th fight. And in fact, I was reading quotes today that when Deontay Wilder won the World Heavyweight title after his first defence, Shelley Finkel said he's still, same word actually, I mean, we want to get a few defences in, and he's not ready to unify at this time. That was his 34th fight.
Eddie, you also mentioned that if Joshua doesn't have to worry about money because of how much money he's made already in his career. So if he is ready for Deontay Wilder physically with his boxing skill and his talent, and he doesn't have to worry about the money, then why is it so difficult for fans to wrap their heads around this fight not happening until the summer? This fight could easily happen in March.
What I said to you was,
money's not an issue and talent's not an issue.
Well, yeah, it can happen. It can happen. It can happen, and I've already said it can happen next. But if you actually listen to what I said in that quote, what I said was, he's made enough money to not worry about having to overpay Deontay Wilder. It's not about the money. It's about proving you're the best. And it's not like he isn't capable of overpaying Wilder by a few million to get him to fight. That's my job, to make sure that Anthony Joshua makes the most money. Anthony Joshua has the right deal. If it was left to AJ, he'd just go with it. He'd just want to fight. But it doesn't work like that. And by the way, it wouldn't work like that for Deontay Wilder. But do you think Deontay Wilder wants this fight so bad, he's willing to take less than he's perceived worth in the fight?
Well, Eddie,
come on,
Eddie, let's not assume anymore, because sometimes I feel like Big Brother making wish happens for my fans, because Deontay Wilder's on the line and ready to answer some questions.
You'll get the fight.
Hold on, let me put him on. D, welcome on, man. Congratulations on your fight. Eddie Hearn is on the line. Thank you for being on the show. How's everything going?
What's up, brother? Everything is going good, man, and thank you. It was a extravagant night for me, man. It was an exciting night. It was an explosive night. And I even more proved why I am the best. I even more proved why I am the most feared. I even more proved why I am the most exciting heavyweight in the heavyweight division. And if I'm not, then somebody please come and prove me wrong. Come and shut my mouth up, Eddie Hearn.
Well,
I'm ready, baby.
I'm ready. Called me Eddie Hearn. There's definitely no less on me.
Well, it's the same way they call me Deontay Wilder.
But Deontay, I can't shut you up because I don't have the physical attributes to do it. But one thing I want to make clear to you, and this fight will happen, so you don't have to worry about that. There is no fear from Anthony Joshua in this fight. Zero fear. And this is a great heavyweight fight that has to happen for the fans. So we have never been running. We have never had one call, one approach from any member of your team. No, I made someone text you last night to ask you who I should be speaking to. You know that, right?
Eddie, come on, man.
You know that.
Let's be real.
Text last night, didn't you?
Eddie,
you got the text
Eddie,
last
let's
night.
be real. Eddie, let's be real, Eddie. You know that you what you're saying is not true. My people have been reached out to you. Shelley Finkel's have been reached out to you. I've seen
my
email. Do we have to get people? Yes, and guess what he said? And what he said, you said you would put Joshua onto the contract with Dylan White. Shelley jumped on the phone immediately when you said that, and when he called you back, because you lost Palouse.
Right.
You lost Palouse. You never did respond back. You never did answer. Come on, man. Let's be real.
Just to clarify on that.
What's the problem right
just
now? We don't. Eddie, no, you just spoke. It is my turn, man. What? Hey, let's erase. And guess what? And I can play devil advocate. What? Let's say Shelly didn't when I know he did, but let's just say he didn't, and clean the slate right now. What is the problem right now? That's what people want. There's no more excuses. There's no more running. We know what's going on. We know the numbers. We know everything. And the mega of boxing and the money will always be in America. But we ain't worried because we're going to get what we're supposed to. I know me and Joshua are going to fight because guess what? We're going to smoke y'all out. We're going to push you in the corner so far for so long until you ain't going to have no choice but to fight. And when you do, it's going to be over with. I am the one that's going to tear that down. Like I said, I declare war, and I should be feared. I mean what I say. I say what I mean. And you better take this as the response back to Joshua. If he says he's going to eat me, then let him make it public. Let him speak. You can't speak for him, Eddie, because guess what? You're not going to be able to be the one to get punched in the face unless you step into the ring.
Thank God for that. Thank God for that.
We want to hear. We want to hear from Joshua.
Listen.
That's what the world want to hear. It's from the champ, not from you. It's only so much that you can do. But what you can do, you can make the biggest fight in boxing happen right now. We ready to accept this challenge. As you can say, we ready to accept.
Hey, Deontay,
right he ain't no reason to put
he could also call Anthony Joshua on three-way right now, and everybody will just hear it. I mean, he could do that. Everybody got an iPhone, so it's easy to call on a three-way right now. He shouldn't be able to drop the call. Eddie's a young guy. He's young and savvy. I'm sure he knows how to do three-ways.
Hey,
you've already got the greatest exclusive. How you put this together?
And I can put Shelly on as well too. So let's make this a big party.
Let me clear one thing up because you said I could have my speak after. I reached out to Shelly Finkel for the Dillian White fight. Shelly Finkel came back to me and we had a conversation, and we'd look at if it meant that it would include the Anthony Joshua fight. And I said, I'm not looking to do that. This is two different fights. We can talk about one or the other. That's fine. If you want to talk about the Joshua fight independently, no problem. But the White fight does not include the other. And the White fight, by the way, it's not a sign of disrespect. He's the WBC #1 in the new rankings coming out. And I thought it was a good deal. But I'll go back to the Joshua fight, Deontay. Trust me when I say, I'm in boxing to make the biggest fights. There is no one on our side that does not want that fight. There has been no running. The fight has never been talked about before the explosion in the last couple of weeks. So we will be reaching out to your team. We will be making the offers for the fight. We are happy for the fight to happen next. We are happy for the fight to happen in the summer. But you can call it running, you can call it ducking. None of it exists. And you will hear from AJ. He just finished his fight. He's spending some time with his family. He's chilling out. Trust me when I say he wants to fight with you. He wants to fight the best. And you two are the best heavyweights in boxing, unquestionably. It is a mega fight, the biggest fight in world boxing. You talk about the Mecca of America, and I want to make this clear. We don't care where it is either. It doesn't have to be in the UK. We think we've got a great thing coming on. You were at Wembley. It was incredible. Hell, we can do it 2 times, 3 times. You think that you guys might not be in physical shape to do it 2 times. Maybe you won't be. But we have no problem coming to America. We have no problem doing it in the UK. I promise you this, our focus on 2018 and even next, if everyone is happy, is to go into
Eddie,
no
let me
in June, July.
Let me interrupt for one moment because Shelly Finkel, the manager of Deontay Wilder. Yes, right. We're going to make this fight happen, baby. We're going to make this fight happen tonight, live on the air. Get him. Put him on the line. Put him on the line. Shelly, are you there? Shelly? Deontay, you got him?
Hold on.
All right. Eddie, Eddie, I say you just go ahead and do the three-way while Deontay is getting Shelly. I mean, this is gonna be a beautiful moment.
Well, listen, I'm happy to speak to anyone, as I always am. And I'm in. Oh, hello.
Yep, we're here.
I'm in New York. I'm in New York all week.
Oh,
Let's get some fights made.
hey Deontay, you didn't leave yet, did you? Because he says he's still in New York. This will work perfectly. I think he's back home.
He's back home.
Okay. I think he went on hold, but he's still connected. Give him a few minutes because he said he had Shelly on the line. He texted me. But this is epic. Man, I'm gonna just go ahead and say hi to Anthony right now.
Listen,
Oh,
I've got to take my hat off you. I mean, my
oh no, don't take it off yet, Eddie. Don't take it off
yet.
yet. Shelly is on the line now. Deontay just said he's back.
Let's go. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shelly Finkel.
Thank you. Okay.
Shelly. So Shelly, we gotta clear something up here.
Okay.
Eddie said no one has talked to him about anything about the Joshua fight. We haven't heard from no one, not even you.
That's not true. Well, actually, what I said was no one has approached me about the Joshua fight. What Shelly did was return my call and asked me if the Dillian White fight involved the Anthony Joshua fight, of which I told him I don't think so. I'll come back to him, and that was probably a few days before the Joshua fight.
You bear with me. I got a triple.
Okay, let me be clear. Rather than us getting into a whole argument or a disagreement, whatever, it was the day after the fight with Pulev ended. That was the day we spoke, because the day I called him back was when Pulev fell out, and he wrote me we would talk the next day. Number two, I have an email or a text, and I can find it, where Eddie said, Shelly, can I talk to you? I can't get anyone else. And Dylan White, we would like to make the fight, and if you win, you'll have Joshua next. And I called him, we spoke. I go a long way back with Eddie and his dad. Yes. Hello? Okay. And I go a long way back with Eddie and his family and have tremendous respect for them. But after that, I have not heard back from Eddie. And if he wants, Al will accept his call. I'm on right now. And if he wants to make a Joshua fight, my fighter wants that fight next or as soon as we can make it, and we're open to it.
Sounds like we better be seeing each other in New York.
You tell me when.
Well, one thing is, Shelly, I'm not sure about the bit where it said about the Dillian White fight involving Anthony Joshua. But anyway, the Dillian White fight and Joshua fight are two separate things. And I'm happy to have a discussion about Joshua then. But, yeah. The Joshua fight, as I've said to Deontay Wilder, I have a meeting with Anthony Joshua tomorrow. This is a fight that has to happen in 2018. I'll be honest with you, it wasn't really in our plan to do it in March or April. We were planning on having a fight abroad or potentially a Joseph Parker fight, but I have no problem in sitting down and talking about the deal for this fight. I said to the guys earlier on the call, if I was a sensible guy, I would say this fight makes sense in maybe 9 or 12 months' time. I don't think it's going to wait that long, because we live in a world where social media and fan interaction takes over. And even though Anthony Joshua unified the World Heavyweight Championship at his 19th fight, and I think in his 19th fight, Deontay was having an 8-rounder in Cancun. And actually, I remember your quotes, because I saw them today about when I think it was after his first defence, He said that Deontay Wilder was just a baby and he just won the title. You know, there's no need to unify. He's got to take his time, etc. That was in his 34th fight. So despite the fact that we are at the embryonic stages of our career, we're still willing to take the fight with that confidence. So I hope
then we
that
should make it happen.
sit down in New York this week.
And when are you talking about meeting in New York? What time, date, whatever?
Well, I suggest I send you a note straight after. I don't want to give my complete itinerary away. But I arrive late tomorrow night. I'm in New York until Thursday afternoon. And then I'm down in Long Island for the show.
Okay.
But we make one thing clear,
because
Kelly,
we're on
and
since we're on an open line with the public or whoever listening, let me address it the way it is. Whatever was said, your side, my side, it's irrelevant in the past. We are today on the 6th of November, 2017, and Deontay Wilder would like to fight Joshua. And if you're serious on making the fight, it'll happen. That's it. I've never had a problem with you. You know how we work to get a fight done before. This can get done immediately if you really want it.
yeah, and same from us. As I'm phoning up, the reason I phoned up this line tonight and unbelievably got on a freeway with Shelley Finkel and Deontay Wilder.
Well, very
because I heard the quote about running and this and that. And from our side, yeah, no problem at all with this fight. The greatest, the big old boxing. Simple.
Look, it's the fight the fans want more than
guys,
any other.
I don't mean to interrupt.
And
I know,
we're ready to go.
Shelly, I don't mean to interrupt. I know I don't belong in the conversation. I am the host. I am being told Tyson Fury is now on the line. And I gotta just check. I really gotta check if that's true. Because if Tyson is on the line, I'm gonna die right now. So can I just check it without disrespecting anyone?
No, one second. If he is, I know him well, but that's nothing that we want to discuss. No,
all right. Tyson, we're gonna make you wait, Tyson. Don't hang up.
Return to the Mac.
Listen, Shelley, I'm going to drop you an email in about 2 or 3 minutes, and we'll put a date in the diary for this week. I'll let you guys crack on with Mr. Fury if you want, or I'll stay on and talk to him, whatever you want to do. Got nothing better to do.
All right, I'll wait for your email, and we'll respond and get together.
Speak soon, Shelley.
Wow. Well, Shelley, thank you for calling in, Deontay. Thank you, Deontay. That was amazing. Oh my God!
Yeah, no problem, man. You know, we want people to know the truth, you know, and we want people to know that it's not us that's stalling. It's not us that sitting back and making excuses. We want to fight. We can back up every word that we have said or going to say in the future. We can back up as you can see, when I speak the truth. I speak things and it comes to pass. I want to see if I'm the best. I know I'm the best. But like I said, I want to prove to the world that I am the best. If Joshua's the best, they say he's the best. He haven't said he's the best. He won't even say it. He's unconfident. He don't even know. But I know for sure I am the best. Hearn said he'll knock me out in 3. So what's the excuses with all the other stuff? I want to know right now. You say he'll knock me out in 3, so what's the wait? If I didn't fall balls, if I haven't fought nobody, we know for sure that I've called out all the best in the heavyweight division ever since obtaining my belt from the Klitschko, from the Glasgow,
you haven't fought any of them.
From anybody you want to call the best, for the Ortiz, from the Povackis, but we all know what happened. These guys either took other routes because of fearing me, or they got on PEDs, and that is the fact. So when y'all want to say that I haven't fought no one or this and that, please say the reason behind why. Because when it comes to Deontay Wilder, there's always a reason why. Why he haven't fought the best. Why these guys haven't fought him. Why Why is Eddie saying his man would knock me out in 3 but don't want to make the fight? Why? Why is it an excuse or popular? When it became social media, because half of the followers is from you guys, from the UK. You know, let's make this fight happen. No more excuses. No more ducking. No more dodging. No more excuses.
Deontay.
Make the
Deontay.
fight. Makes a fight.
Deontay, can I ask you one
All
question?
right. I'll wait to hear from Eddie, and then we'll go from there.
Thank you. Deontay.
Thank you both.
Thank you, Ellie.
Hey, don't hang up, Deontay. Eddie's starting to get a
Deontay, you
last
there?
word with you. D.
Deontay,
I'm here,
yeah?
but
Oh, he's there. He's there, Eddie. And we still got
I'll
Fury
just
on the
ask
line, by the
one
way.
question. Yeah, just the last question is, when you talk about all this running, all this ducking, all this excuses, where has this been? I don't understand. What are you talking about since Saturday? Or when have we been ducking?
What is you referring to?
You said we're the ones not making excuses. We're the ones who aren't running. We're the ones it's only my understanding now. This is when? What are you talking about?
What do you mean? What I'm talking about? When y'all talk about, you know, this is the excuses. When Joshua even making maybe 2018, he said he needs 2019, maybe the 20 to put himself in the perfect position. Then y'all come up with it.
Yeah.
Oh well, it's not going to be. Come on,
perfect position.
First you said it's not going to be. Eddie, you made an excuse about the splits. Now you're talking about money. You're talking about the splits. Now you're trying to say, well, hell, we're not going to go to America. We're going to stay here. That's another excuse. The ultimate excuse and the pussy blocker is the Dylan White. Come on. I would love to smash Dylan White. Did you see Stavern? That would be a Dylan White written all over again. I promise you. All you got to do is put that boy on there behind the contract. It's easy. We are easy. This fight is easy to be made, but you know, and I know, Eddie, I'm a killer. I am the hit. I am the man the hit man. I get the contracts. I get the guys in front of me, and I get rid of them. That's my job. That's what I do. So as a hit man, I know when somebody's nervous. I know when somebody's stalling. I know when somebody don't want no war or no smoke because I do this. This is what I do. You promote. You do a great job at promoting. I'm a hit. I'm a head hunter, and I'm a hit man. I do a damn good job at what I do. And I smell bullshit. Like 50 said, I smell pussy. That you, Eddie? Make the fight. Make the fight. Get the people what they want to see, baby. I smell pussy. I'm a real one, Eddie. I'm a real one, Eddie. And when you remember the real one, man, it ain't no ducking, no dodging, baby. The world know now. Y'all had people brainwashed for a long time. Y'all did a hell of a good damn job, too. But I couldn't stay silent. I had to let y'all know that, hey, it ain't me. In the heavyweight division, that made me even more stronger to what I am now because they started getting on PEDs. Look at Kerry Strong. He really wasn't a gorilla after a while. He ain't gonna try to show up at the fight and talk shit. But I had them young boys who were about to get on his ass because they fed up trying to hear this shit too. The world wants the best to fight, the best, no excuses. Joshua don't have no mandatories, nor do I. That's another excuse y'all try to make up. Mandatories. Hey, y'all making so much money. I paid my man $600,000 that was coming out of my pocket, baby. But Deontay Wilder ain't making no money, right? But shit, I got enough to start to put a motherfucker to the side to fight the best. That's what I do because I'm a real one. I'm a real one. When you fucking with me, you fucking with a real. America is a real champion on his hand, and I'm hungry. I'm like a lion. Like I said, you ever seen a starving lion? You know, when a lion starves, it's like he ain't ate in a year. That's his belly. That's how his belly is. And when he eat up everything. And I promise you, there will be one face, one champion, one name. He's so happy to come from America, and his name is Deontay Wilder. Don't wait, Eddie. make the day. Nobody want to hear nothing else. We don't want to hear nothing about splits. We don't want to hear nothing about the popularity of the social media, because that's bullshit. We don't want to hear nothing about putting no Dylan White unless the AJ is behind that contract. All we want to hear is when and where. My peoples are available to talk. Why you still here? You should be on the phone with Shelly right now, not with me, because I hear cracking your voice, baby.
Eddie.
So let's do it, baby. I love you, man.
Eddie, it's time. It's time
to
to call Anthony Joshua. We got Tyson Fury on the line. I mean, Anthony has to. He got to respond. Eddie, make it happen, baby.
Man, this is how America do it. This is how America do it. I am the most exciting heavyweight in the division. I want somebody to shut me up. You still on the line, baby? Are you squatting at you, bitch, too? Hello? They keep running. Like I said, they keep running. They're going to keep running because I am the best. But you know what? We're going to smoke them out. And all the fans, y'all ain't seen what I'm capable of last Saturday? Hey, y'all better continue to watch, baby. We're going to take over America. You got an American champion that so happens to be the meanest, the toughest, the most feared, the most dangerous, and hit the hardest heavyweight champion of the world right here in America, baby. Let's go. Let's smoke them out of there. Let's smoke them out of there. We declare war. We want, bring it. No excuses. Y'all done heard from my side. And I had to pull my man from the other side in. Eddie been lying to y'all all along, and y'all been believing in this shit. But, you know, you can go for so long.
Deontay.
Come out.
Deontay. I got Tyson Fury telling me. I got Tyson Fury telling me to put him on ASAP. You want to hear from Tyson Fury? Because I definitely don't want to cross the line here. I don't want to. Eddie, are you still there? Eddie, you're not talking back. Cat got your tongue. What's going on?
Eddie gone.
No, he's still there.
Eddie gone.
No, he's there. He's there. He's there.
Oh, is he? Well, hopefully he's on the line with Shelly Finkles right now.
Possibly. Maybe he went to do that three-way for us. I don't know.
But hey, put my man Tyson on.
Let's go.
What you got to say? Welcome to the party.
Tyson Fury, is this you, my friend?
All the bitches in the house say yo.
Yo. Oh my God, it is Tyson Fury. This is epic. Tyson, how are you?
I'm fantastic. First of all, congratulations, Bomb Squad. Excellent job. Second of all, please don't fight AJ. You're going to take my $50 million, just like you done to Let me take that cup back.
You're going to take my $50 million. Hey, we both want him. I want him. You know what I mean? The world wants it. You know what I mean? I'm going to take them out, and then I'm going to throw them to you in the UK, and you can finish them off. However way you want to play it, but I got to listen.
I don't want no second best. I'm like a player. I smell pussy.
Hey, you had the opportunity that I didn't get the opportunity to have, and that was with the Clito. So you got him first. So let me take Joshua first. And I slide him to you in the back door.
If you get the deal done, you do it. You take him out in style. Listen, get him done, no problem. And then you fight the Gypsy King in the fight of all fights, the Achilles and Hector fight. That's what it is. Because I'm a realist. I understand boxing. And for what I've seen on Saturday night from you, excellent performance. Wait to put an angle right round the guy and with a big right hook over the top. Excellent boxing. And I just see someone in Joshua who lifts a lot of weight, who stands flat-footed, who'll put his hands up round his head and take some big bombs, and he'll end up on the floor the same way.
My man. And tell them in England to put some respect on y'all family name. Because if it wasn't for you, sure enough, England wouldn't be what it is.
You started that thing off. You the king of England. You got it. You did it. And they should know that. Tell them put some respect. If it wasn't for you, they wouldn't be on the map, man. But I appreciate you, bro. And I'm glad you got the message that I sent you. I want you back. I want to see you come back in the sport, man. We need you. We love you, baby. And let's do this. Let's do this.
Okay, return of the Mac. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. But I just want to see. I want to see some good fights, and I want to see all the best heavyweights fight each other. You know, I've been accused of some bullshit.
We got Eddie Hearn back, guys.
I'm so sick and tired.
We got Eddie Hearn. He's joined the party.
Yes, the Gypsy King.
Are you going to fight Wilder and get my man knocked out? Cost me 50 million quid.
You better hurry up. You better hurry up, Tyson.
Well, are you going to give the Gypsy King the opportunity?
Listen, the biggest fight in Britain is Tyson Fury against Anthony Joshua. No question. You better hurry up. If it sounds like this Wilder fight might be happening sooner rather than later.
Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Eddie.
Listen, you know, we all want to see you back. What Deontay Wilder said, I echo. We want you back in the heavyweight game. Because let's be honest, Joshua, Wilder, who else? Dylan can mix it. Parker, you know, more the merrier. And you know, Tyson, there's so much money to be made out of it.
This heavyweight division is heating up right now. The heavyweight division's heating right up. From summer.
Get back in that gym, my friend.
AJ.
Deontay, I'll be on to Shelley. I hope to see you soon.
My man, see you soon, Eddie. Hey, Eddie, I just wanted to know this. It's not personal, man. We love you as a person. We love you. But as a businessman, let's make this happen. It's not personal. It always will be business.
Most people love
themselves.
Deontay, I really appreciate those words because most people love me as a businessman but hate me as a person.
Well, they got it all wrong.
Listen, it don't matter. As Shakespeare said, Deontay, all the world's a stage. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is our health and our family. The love of the sport, the love of the competition, the thrill of the fight night. This is what we live for, to find out who's the very best. The money aside, the competition is so much sweeter. God bless you all, and I hope to see you all soon.
My man.
Eddie, man, thank you so much.
On that note, I'm out, fellas. Tyson, welcome back, baby. Let's get in shape. UK get his man back his license so he can fight and continue the heavyweight division to be lit like it is, baby. And I'll see y'all guys soon. Bomb Squad out. Bomb Squad!
All right, D. Thanks for calling in. This has been one amazing show.
Yes.
Pressure bust pipes. Jesus. All you writers that are going to steal my quotes, don't forget the source. I'm just saying. Don't be all greedy with the love. Show some. Everybody watching, hit that thumbs up button. Future, present, past. If you want to call in real quick and give your thoughts on what you just heard, you can do so. 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. International callers anywhere in the world, you can always call us absolutely free by adding Nestor Gibbs on Skype. That's NESTORGIBBS.